the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for always supporting TD Fins Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Right now, I want to give you all the opportunity to join the TD Fins Talk Discord server. Yes, we have our own Discord server now. That way, you'll always have access to our Miami Dolphins community. That way, if you're not getting notifications for videos or you want to know what's going on or the latest or just chat Miami Dolphins football, you can download the app and make sure that you sign up for TD Fins Talk Discord. The link is in the description of the video. Make sure you check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Again, let's enjoy the server and let's use it responsibly. Fins up no matter what. Peace.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook, where you can bet on everything, anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right. Get a 125% sign-up bonus, and to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we're giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD Fins Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Hit that like button on your way in the building. It's time to start getting it cranked up. We about to get on our regularly scheduled program because I am feeling a whole lot better, and I hope I continue to head in this direction, which I think I will. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, BetUS is powering this stream. Make sure that you take advantage of the opportunities, receive a 125% sign-up bonus. The link is in the description of the video. Also, make sure that you sign up for the Discord. If you don't get the notifications, the Discord will help you get the notifications, because every time I go live, the Discord automatically notifies everyone who follows in the Discord. The link for the Discord I just put in the chat. It's also in the description of the video. So again, sign up for the Discord so you don't miss a stream here on TD Fins Talk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, let's get into the business. Y'all already know what time it is. Miami Dolphin player grades, Tua Tagovailoa weekly evaluation, as we always do. All right, so it's time to have some fun. Let's do what we got to do, and see where our players are. All right. We're going to get through these grades. We're also going to do a stream today because we want to go over some film. We want to look at what happened in that last game, where we need to be better, the things that we're doing so well. And then I'll also do some Q&A as well. We're going to start out with the chat, though, as people are coming in, because every time I don't go live for a little bit, it doesn't send all the notifications out. So that's why I urge you all to punch the like button, because if you hit that like button, they will send the notifications out as you hit the like button. So I need you all to help carry us to get the notifications out, to help those that don't know we're live right now find out that we're actually live right now. Okay, so we only got 40 likes. We ain't gonna play these games, so go ahead and hit the like button now. Let's go ahead and get them up now, because y'all know I'm a big forward and we want to have a smooth stream. So at a minimum, we got to start out with 100. All right. So go ahead and hit that like button right now. Let's go ahead and get it up. I'll answer a few questions while we wait on it before we get into all these rankings. Before I do, shout out to Didi, Dolphins for Life, SCLA. I don't know if that's Southern California. I don't know. I gotta get them my acronyms. All right. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the membership. You're basically saying that you want to support this channel on a regular basis, on a monthly basis, so that we could do bigger and better things. I'm greatly appreciative, and welcome to the Pro Bowl status, homie. Thank you so much. All right, man. All right, let's see. South Central, Los Angeles. Oh, okay, that's what it is. South Central Los Angeles for South Central. That's what I'm talking about. That's lit. Shout out to Glenn. Glenn is in the house. What's up, man? What would you do with Austin Jackson? That's actually going to be a custom stream coming tomorrow, Glenn. And thank you so much for sending that to me. That's a great topic. We're going to discuss that tomorrow, what we should do with Austin Jackson, but he isn't the only one. There are a few people on this roster that we need to determine what we should do with right away. So there's all of these things will be explored tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, on a custom stream. Today, I want to go ahead and catch up by getting these grades done and getting into this film study. All right. Drexco NC said, TD, what do you think about the receivers we just got? The receiver we just got. I explained this the other day. Great move for the Miami Dolphins. It gives you insurance. It gives you a guy who can, play in this offense and be our 50-50 guy. And we got to stop having Tyreek go up for 50-50 passes. So I really, really, really like this move. Also, when you think about those interceptions Tua threw, like when he was targeting Roby Chosen, stuff like that might be caught now because the length of Claypool, he may be able to actually go up and rip that pass regardless. All right. Put your shirt on, bro. I got my shirt on. All right. He talking about the pick. But yeah, I like it. I like the move. I think it's a really good move for the Miami Dolphins and well calculated. Again, hit that like button on your way in the building, y'all. We got to get these likes up. Okay, we got to get them up. Listen, I try my best to give great content as often as possible, and I'm gonna be doing it a lot more coming up. But the least all the viewers can do is punch that like button. Otherwise, you let me know you really don't want to be here. That's why I asked, why are you here? So hit that like button. Y'all go ahead and help out, okay? 26 guys need contracts next year. If you want Tua, you may. How many of them are you losing? Yeah, I mean, that's the reality. But next year isn't the implication for Tua. Tua's already a hard cap hit of about $24 million next year. That ain't gonna change. You can cut Tua tomorrow. He's still gonna be a $24 million cap hit next year. All right. Hey, TD, ordered shirts over 3 weeks ago and haven't heard anything. I'm not sure. Are you talking about TD FinStalk or are you talking about the roundtable? You got to let me know. All right. Email. You got to email me if it's me. If it's the roundtable, email the roundtable. The information is on both channels separately. Okay. Liked on the way in, TD. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. 23 more likes. Let's get it done, y'all. Let's get it done. Push that like button. Yeah, but Roby too skinny is easy to bump and run. I mean, he looks bigger to me. He looks bigger. He looks like a big boy to me. Maybe my looks are deceiving me, but he looks, like a bigger receiver. I'm not sure if I really agree with that. But maybe my eyes are deceiving me. We'll see. We will see. All right. Again, we're almost there. Hit that like button now so that you ain't got to worry about hitting it later. We had 80 likes. Let's get 20 more, and then we'll dive into these grades because I want to hurry up and touch on the grades and my evaluation of Tua Tagovailoa and look at some of the players on the team overall, all right? GD, we going to the Super Bowl. Just wait and see if you don't believe me. Dre, Tua had a 56 PFF grade. Yeah, we got to talk about that stuff too. All right, 16 more likes. Let's go. We got to talk about that stuff too. All right. We shouldn't be worried about Tua today. Haha. He has never been a red zone turnover prone quarterback. McDaniels and Bevel will have us right come Sunday. I don't know if I totally agree with that. No film study. Yes, we're doing film study today. We're definitely doing film study today. Okay. Think we will trade for a linebacker? I sure hope so. Show us the tattoo. I'm not sure who you're referring to. Me, the Dolphins tat. Is that what you're talking about? I'm not sure. All right, where we at? 11 more likes. Hit that like button. People are piling in. Every time you hit the like button, it notifies more people. They're piling in, as you can see. As you can see right now, they're piling in, okay? They are piling in, ladies and gentlemen. All right, where are we at? 7 more to go. We get started. All right, what's Tua's air yards? I'm not sure. I think we may be able to look it up, but I'm off the top of my head. I don't know. I haven't even looked that up or cared. But I know in the Giants game, his air yards were very low because we threw about 3 or 4 different bubble screens that totaled about 150 plus yards in itself. One of them, Tyreek, went about 65, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. TDs. Sorry, Niners destroyed your family team. LOL. That is not my family team. So you don't have to apologize to me. I am not a Cowboys guy. I don't like the Cowboys. Don't rep nothing about them. That's, my wife was born and raised in Dallas. So that's why she got that terrible loyalty. All right. Shout out to Shoes Can 61 from Colombia. Bogota. What up, man? Salute to you, man. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get started, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't going to play no games. We're going to dive right in. All right. We're going to go ahead and share screen and dive right in. No need to prolong. All right. Appreciate those who hit the like button, by the way, and shows love and support to the channel. All right. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and pull up let me see, PFF. As you can see, and since we started the stream, let me go ahead and remove the banner for a little bit. All right, so as you all can see, PFF is up. All right, awesome. It is raining pretty bad outside. It's crazy. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I need to change screens real quick. All right, cool. All right, here we go. Why is my screen doing that? TD, did you do the game film breakdown? Not yet. We will. We will, brother. We will definitely do the game breakdown. All right. All right, here we go. And thanks to y'all patience. We coming. All right, here we go. Let's do it. All right. As you all can see, PFF is on the screen. According to PFF, Tua did not have a good game versus the Giants. When I watched the game, I felt like he didn't have a good game, but it also wasn't even worth talking about because we won and we played the Giants. His grade was actually lower than Buffalo. It was 56.5 in the game. I think when we watch film, y'all going to see a lot of the reasons why. A lot of people are blown out of their mind right now. I know he threw 2 interceptions, but the interceptions weren't the main factor of why his PFF grade was low. I tried to explain this to many people for several years now when it comes to PFF. They only use it when it's good. They want to boast about how great the PFF is because all I've heard for the last 4 weeks, he's still number one. He's still number one. Now he's number 6, but he's still playing good quarterback play. So this isn't to take anything away from our quarterback. He's doing a good job overall this season. He's still playing top quarterback play in the NFL. Being 6th on PFF is still really, really good, in my opinion. Hold on, I'm on the wrong screen. All right. In my opinion, it's still really, really good. But PFF is one of those things. Where it takes all the factors into consideration and it takes those who are blinded by stats. It kind of wipes all of that out. Okay. I explained it on the AFC East roundtable last night because a lot of people, they always complain about PFF, but the truth of the matter is they just don't understand PFF. That's what's going on. Okay. So I'm going to give an example. It's so much broader than the example I'm going to give, but I'm going to help you get a basic example of how to explain PFF. Okay. All right. So let's take one quarterback A. If quarterback A throws one pass behind the line of scrimmage, like a bubble screen, literally a negative 2-yard pass, but the receiver catches it, breaks 3 tackles, and shakes some players and goes down the field for 75 yards, right? Down at the 1, just hypothetically, 75 yards, right? All the quarterback did is threw a negative 2-yard pass. That's it. With no defender close. But then look at quarterback B that throws a 40-yard pass over the middle of the field in tight coverage. The next play, they throw a 35-yard pass over the middle of the field in tight coverage. Both quarterbacks, A and B, have 75 yards. PFF is going to reward the 2 passes down the field in tight coverage more than they're going to reward the 1 pass that was negative 2 yards that went for 75. And I think everybody would agree with that. That's the real difficulty. That's the actual. Now, the bubble screen pass is still going to get credit for completion. They're going to get credit, a lesser factor for the rest of the yards, but they're going to get the yards. They're going to get all of that. But we all know the person who threw the 2 passes down the middle of the field through tight coverage should have a higher rating. But guess who has the higher passer rating in that scenario? Quarterback A that threw the negative 2-yard pass. They have a higher passer rating because they got their yards in less attempts. Same yardage, beyond lower difficulty. So that's the difference between QBR, passer rating, and PFF. That's your difference. You want to know who's a great example of that? Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy leads the entire NFL in passer rating right now. But when you look at Brock Purdy's PFF, it's actually lower than Tua because Brock Purdy throws way more bubble screens and jet sweeps than Tua. But he gets credit for it in yards, and he gets the touchdown credit for it. All of that on passer rating and QBR, he gets credit for it. But PFF is not going to reward you for minimal work. So Brock Purdy is the perfect example to prove to you what I'm saying is how it works. Number 1 in the NFL in passer rating, Brock Purdy. But the PFF is in the 70s. Because his job is also a lot easier too. The way the offense is. I mean, y'all know what I'm saying. A jet sweep comes across, you toss it 1 yard in front of you, and the wide receiver catches it, and they're gone down the field 40 yards, 50 yards, 60 yards for a touchdown. Passer rating thinks that you're the best quarterback of all time on that play. PFF, hey, we're going to give you the yards with the factor, and we're going to give you the completion, but we're not going to give you a heavy factor like you just, ripped up and down the field. That was a glorified handoff. Tua has a higher PFF than Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow. I'm sure he does. They haven't been playing well at all this season. They haven't been playing well at all. Tua should have a higher PFF than them. Tua done after this season. 26 guys need a contract. Tua's not done. He is the future. It is what it is. They're already locked in. They're going to give him a deal, and the roster around him will only be good next year. And then after that, he got to deal with mediocre around him. And then I believe we're going to have our real concerns as an organization. I think that's what's going to happen. And that's why I'm so adamant in, man, let's go win a Super Bowl now, this year or next year, no matter what. Because after that, listen, man, you ain't going to fool me like you did in the entire 2002 to 2019. You ain't going to fool me like you did in the past. You're not going to do that to me because I know the team that'll always win 9 or 10 games. You ain't gonna put me back in that perpetual state. I already know what time it is. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen, 56.5 PFF on a Sunday versus the Giants. Now, what sent a lot of people in uproar was this. Watch this. This is what made a lot of people mad and was like, PFF is trash. But once again, they don't understand PFF. PFF only grades you on what you can control. That's all PFF does. Daniel Jones had an 87.1 PFF on Sunday. How could Daniel Jones have a better PFF than Tua? That's what everyone says. How can he? Because with everything Daniel Jones could control, the very few things that he could control, he actually played good football. He actually played good football with the things that he could control. His run grade was high when he did run. His passing grade was solid. And overall, on offense, he was an 87.1. Yeah, but people aren't recognizing the man only threw the ball 20 times. He had 14 completions, which is 70% completion percentage. He didn't have a lot of yards, but once again, he only had 20 attempts. His yards per attempt was 6 yards per attempt. By the way, that brings me, back to Tua, which I want to see what his yards per attempt were. 10.3 yards per attempt. 9, and that's how much yards he got per attempt. But then we need to look at the yards that he actually threw the ball per attempt, which I think it was like 4 or something in this game. It was real low. But let's go back to Daniel Jones. And I want to show you why he still has a high grade. Well, let me show you this first about Tua. Tua had 2 big-time throws, 2 turnover-worthy plays. His average distance of throw was 4.8, like I told you. 4.8 yards was the average distance of his throw. It was the lowest of the season. Why? Because we don't bubble screen much. In this game, we did it a lot. It was a 4.8, beyond low. We're talking about a guy who had literally like 10 yards average distance per throw, and now it's down to 8.2 because of that one game of 4.8. He had no drops. Tua had no drop balls. What's the TA again? Give me a second. TA throwaways. Okay, cool. Every time I see a throwaway from Tua, I get excited because he ain't holding on to the ball. All right. DPR, total pressures of the passer of any kind. So Tua was pressured 5 times and 1 sack. Time to throw, we got rid of the ball quick again at 2.15 because of the bubble screens and stuff like that. Scramble 1, 14 first downs. Okay. So the key things to look at is the DPR. He was pressured 5 times and sacked once. I want y'all to keep that in mind. Tua was pressured 5 times and sacked once. And that's not bad. That's not bad. But then when you look at Daniel Jones, 2 big-time throws, just like Tua. 0 turnover-worthy plays. Tua had 2 turnover-worthy plays. Daniel Jones had 0. Average distance of throw was 7.1. Tua's was 4.8. He had no drops, just like Tua. He had 1 back down at the line of scrimmage. Throwaways 1, just like Tua. Now here, DPR. Tua had 5 pressures. Daniel Jones was pressured 12 times. Tua had 1 sack. Daniel Jones was sacked 6 times. Time to throw, 2.66. 1 scramble. Only 7 first downs. Daniel Jones was under duress the whole day. And when PFF looked at the film, they saw that almost every single one of those plays, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. He was under duress. The O-line is just that bad in New York. The O-line is just that bad in New York. So with what Daniel Jones can control, he actually had a solid day. Only in the things that he can control. Overall, he actually had a solid day. Let me go to adjusted percentage. Adjusted completion percentage, the percent of aimed passes thrown on target, completion plus drops. So with that said, his adjusted completion percentage in the game was actually 78%. 78% of his passes should have been caught, but it ended up being 70% because the passes were on target. I didn't look at that stat for Tua. Daniel Jones, 77.8. Tua's adjusted was 78.6, slightly higher. Slightly higher. Mac Jones sucks. It's that simple and is not better than Tua. Yeah, we know that. We know that now. Now we know that for sure. Okay. So those are your PFF grades, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And now I want to go to my grade for Tua so far this season, filling out the sheet. Let's see. All right, so here we go. Here is the updated chart for Tua. All right. We know week 1, he was off the charts, A++. Week 2 versus the Patriots, it was a C+ based off of our criteria that we all came up with last year. Week 3, another A++, absolutely killed the Denver Broncos. Week 4, C-. Didn't have a great game overall, but it wasn't terrible. It was pretty much just like right at average. And just like last week, it was technically more of the same. It was at average. As always, ladies and gentlemen, Tua's being carried in a lot of cases by the yardage. The yardage is always going to have every rating he has high. Even if he doesn't have a good game, it makes up. Tua can have a bad game and still have a solid passer rating in the game. He could still have a solid passer rating in the game. I don't know what Tua passer rating was Sunday, but he had 2 picks, and I bet you it was still solid. Because as long as you're throwing for almost 300 yards per game, it ain't gonna matter. You'll still have a solid grade. Okay. Now here's the overall grade. It has dropped, but he's still running an A. Last week it was a 99. It was an A+. Now it's an A at 94.4. So these are the overall grades. The target is to end the season over 85. He's still doing good. At the end of the day, he got cushion. He has cushion. That week 1 game, all those stats put up, the week 3 game versus Denver, it's cushion. It's really good cushion, and that's how you sometimes it's how I gotta go. You gotta have some real big time games. You gotta have some real big time games. Is the yardage based on actual throwing yards, or does it include the yak? Oh, it includes the yak. See, in passer rating and everything, Tua's yards is including the yak. On this scale right here, the yards are including the yak. Now, if we took the yak out, which I don't want to do, I mean, the score would be great, much lower. It would be much lower. I would go out on a limb to say maybe at this point, Tua about maybe 35% of his passing yards are yak. I would go out on a limb to say that. I definitely would. And I could tell you now, 125 times 0.35%. Minus 125. 81. Let me show you. 81. Let's just put this at 81. This is how it would impact his overall. Oh, no, I did the wrong thing. My bad. 25.81. See, he dropped all the way down to an 85.7. But we're not doing that. I mean, it's his yards. He threw the bubble screen. He could have threw it in the dirt, and it wouldn't have been 65 yards. So, hey, he get credit. I ain't taking the credit away. I'm not taking the credit away, but Tua is definitely, the yardage is definitely one of the biggest driving factors in his rating maintaining even when he has a bad game. Even when he has a bad game, even the last 2 weeks, had he thrown for half the yardage, they might have been D- or Fs. But at the end of the day, I'm not taking the yards away from him. They're his yards, even if regardless of how they come. Other teams have the opportunity to get the yards the same way. And I understand, other teams may not have the talent around, quarterbacks may not have the talent around them like Tua may have, but still, regardless, this is what his rating is. So far right now, Tua is still running an A grade for the season. 5 weeks in, he's running a 94.4. Little concern, though, because every week is starting to drop. Each week is starting to drop. And I'm going to be honest with you, the Giants game was one of those games I felt like he was going to actually cover some massive ground. I felt like that Giants game was a game that he was going to cover some ground. So we'll see if the Carolina game serves to be any different. Oh, 1 second, y'all. I forgot one thing. Let me pull this up. Make sure I ain't missing out on this. 6 team equals 250. 124.7. Yep, it's accurate. All right, we're good. To make sure that was accurate. Make sure the run. All right, we're good. It's all accurate. The rating's accurate. All right, so we just need. I think the Panthers. He needs to have a really big game. Maybe have one of them 3-4 touchdown games. Throw it for about 300 to 400 yards. Don't turn the ball over either. That'll be good because the turnover rating. The interception one is starting to hurt a little bit. But the good thing is it's not a heavy factor. It's 25% though. And we definitely want to be better than that. We definitely want to be better than that. All right. So yeah. Tua's an A right now, 94.4. All right, let's go to the chat, see what some of y'all think about it before we do. Let me see if we got any more super chats. Yeah, there we go. Hi, TD. Is it too early to smash? The like button done showed up, y'all. So if y'all want to smash, make sure you hit the like button. Okay. Scant Dollar said, TD, I agree. They're gonna pay Tua. But that happens when Tyreek can't carry the offense anymore. Listen to me, bro. I've already come to that realization, but I'm okay with it. As long as we win a Super Bowl this year or next year. It don't have to happen this year, but it got to happen next. And maybe you do some drastic things to stretch it out another year. But boy, we going to be trash after that. So we're in a window, bro. We're in a window. That's the reality. We're in a window. And while we're in that window, we got to make the most of it. Tyreek ain't forever. Waddle gonna need his money. Wilkins gonna need his money. Hunt gonna need his money. Connor need his money. Jackson gonna need his money. Just saying. You're gonna have to give David Long some money long term. Or you moving on and we ain't got no linebackers because Jerome Baker ain't gonna be here much longer. Are we gonna go back to the days of no linebackers? You need another defensive end to replace Ogbah for depth. Van Ginkel got money, but the way he playing, he gonna need more. Only guy you truly got locked up is Chubb and Zeeler. But Chubb, he locked in and ain't being productive. That ain't good. You got to find another left tackle because Armstead will be gone then. You got to find a left guard because you still ain't got a great one now. Or we keep on with the same old what we have. You got to actually pay a running back. If it's A-Chain, he going to need bigger money. Hopefully it's A-Chain because at least we could prolong that situation, but you got to pay some more backups. Because these guys' money coming to an end. You need a tight end. We just surviving. Because I'm telling you, this offense without Tyreek Hill, you need all that stuff. People like, I don't think we need all that. We're doing fine now. But you ain't going to have Tyreek no more. You ain't going to have Tyreek no more. Glenn said we have to hit in the draft. With what capital? Can we see Chubb PFF? Yes, sir. Let me close down Tua on here. And let me get PFF back up. All right, bringing it back up now. Share screen. All right, Bradley Chubb. Overall, 75-4. Pass rush 68, run defense 61-6. Matter of fact, let's go to Miami Dolphins. Let's look at his whole bio. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Did he finally have a good game? And you know what? I know he had a good game. It's a reason I'm gonna tell you this too. I mean, because almost everybody on the D line had a good game against the Giants. And I bet you his grade in that game probably is carrying him. What happened? Roster. Okay. Okay, there we go. Skip my super chat. No, I didn't, did I? Oh, my bad. More yak means Tua is finally hitting receivers in stride. I have seen Hill catch the ball without stopping like last year. And this statement actually is partial truth. He has more yak now by far in the last game, particularly because of bubble screens and stuff like that. Now, hitting in stride, I have seen Tua improve in that area. He is hitting more passes in stride, but it ain't many. When you played the Denver Broncos, Tyreek Hill and them was running across the middle free, jumping up in the sky to catch the ball and all of that, and still able to run down the field. But I do see some passes that are in stride. But once again, in the tough, listen, I don't know how many times I got to explain this to y'all. Everything you want to see Tua improve in, you have to see it in the big games to know if it's real. Not these cookie cutter games. Everything that people have an issue with Tua, in the big games against big competition, what he does in those games, that's who he is. So if he balls out and starts doing a lot of that stuff, that's who he'll be. But I'm supposed to say that, he's improved as a player and all of that after playing Denver, after playing the Chargers raggedy defense and then running to New England and look mid again? Like, think about it. The Chargers defense left everybody literally like dead wide open, night and day from the year before. And I'm supposed to grade that? Then you got New England, you look mid. Then you got the Broncos, and they left everybody 10 times more wide open. And I'm supposed to say that's the real reflection? I'm just saying. All right, let me see real quick. Let me go to your boy. Y'all look for Bradley Chubb. Okay. Bradley Chubb moved up a little to 31st. Again, his pass coverage is why. That's the one underrated thing that people don't notice about Bradley Chubb. In Fangio's scheme. Dang, what's up with my system? It's taking so long. Pull it up already. All right, here we go. Let's go to premium. Let's go to the premium stats. Let's see where Bradley Chubb is leading the way. Let's see where he's getting it. Yep, last game. New England and Giants. But the Giants, he definitely made up a whole lot more ground. Yep. Let's see any indicators total why. 6 tackles, just like in that second game. Wait, hold on. TOT. Let me make sure those tackles. Total snaps. Okay, my bad. No, they got that backwards then. They got to fix their legend. He had a sack, he had a quarterback hit, and he had 4 hurries. So he had 4 of the 12 hurries. Out of all the defensive linemen, he had 33% of all the hurries on Daniel Jones. That's huge. 5 tackles, 2 tackle assists, 1 missed tackle, stop, which is 3. Let me see what that stands for. I've never seen that. Defensive stop. Tackles that constitute a failure for the offense. All right. So that basically that's like your third downs and all of that stuff. He was huge. And look, it like you see the identicalness with week 2 and week 5, why his rating was so high. Literally, he had 2 sacks in week 2, 1 in week 5. He had a hit on the quarterback in both weeks. He had 3 hurries in week 2, 4 in week 5. Because you compare the rest of the weeks, it's not matching up. 4 tackles in week 2, 5 in week. Oh man, we're not watching the same thing, are we? Why is my screen not sharing this with y'all? My bad, y'all. Stop sharing. Let me redo it. It had me on the old one. My bad, y'all. All right, here we go. Let's do that again. My bad. So you see that he's an 86 in that game. And here's why he was an 86. But I want you to compare week 2 and week 5, ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, let me zoom in, give y'all an even better view for those who can't see it very well. We're going 200%. Okay. Hopefully that's a much better view. All right, so you can see his 2 good games is week 2 and week 5. And here's why compared to everything else. Look at week 2, 2 sacks, 1 sack in week 5, no sacks in the other weeks. Hits on the quarterback, he's had one every week since week 2. But the hurries, 3 in week 2, 4 in week 5. He had 3 the week before. But then you go to tackles, 4 in week 2, 5 in week 5, 1 in the rest of the weeks. Big difference there. Tackle assist, 2 last week. He also missed tackle. He had 1. But stops, these are huge. These are like 3rd down, 4th down. You actually made the stop. Like they're trying to do a specific thing and you stopped them. 3 in week 2 and 3 in week 5. None in the other weeks. Those are huge. FFM, what does that stand for? Let me see. Forced fumbles. He had 1 in week 2, and that's it. TGT. Receiving targets. So in coverage, he's only been targeted 2 times, and that was 2 weeks ago. So nobody targeted him, and he had 3 coverage plays. So there you have it. That's why the numbers are totally different. More tackles, had sacks, had way more hurries. Finally had an impact in the game. But again, we're talking about the worst O-line in the NFL. Well, top 3. Top 3. Top 3 worst O-line in the NFL. That's your Bradley Chubb. All right, who else y'all want to look at? Who else y'all want to look at? Put it in the chat. We'll do a few more. Yeah, bottom 3. Yeah. But that's why I said top 3 worst. However you want to go. All right, Holland and A-Chain. All right, we'll start with A-Chain since I'm out of there, man. A-Chain. And then we got Holland. Let me do an order. So we on A-Chain now. We got Holland, X, AVG, Baker, right? Eli, Wilkins, Mostert, Waddle. All right, A-Chain. I need to switch to offense. All right. Kohu. All right, let's stop right there. Let's get into some of these. Yeah, I'll do Hill, but that's it. And then we'll get into some more after that. Let's take care of these and get through them. All right. A-Chain, another big day, 83.7 rating in that game. He has a 93.6 overall. Just phenomenal. Ain't that much to look at, honestly, guys, on him. I don't need to look at the raw data. Just been balling. All right. We ain't got to elaborate too much. He had 11 rushes, 15 passing. And, you know, I like the passing grade getting a little higher. You want to see him get way better in that area so that he can be the elite running back of the NFL. So it's always still going to come down to blocking. It's going to come down to blocking. Okay. All right. I don't think we need to really. All right. Let's see his blocking. Run blocking, you see the 60s across the board, just isn't great. Pretty standard. They don't use them doing that much at all. Rushing. So this is why I tell y'all, PFF got everything, y'all. They got everything. All right. After contact, it's showing you the yards. Let me see. Let me pull the legend up. Yards after contact per attempt. So that's crazy, man. This man has an 8.64 yards after contact per attempt. Every rush he has, he still gets almost 9 yards after he's first touched. It's ridiculous. Man, that's crazy, y'all. YCO is yards after contact in general. He got 95 in that game, yards after contact. Yeah, all of it is the burst downfield. As soon as you touch him, all that burst downfield. MTF, missed tackles forced by him. Look at these. Look at this. This man got 15 missed tackles forced this season. He caused 15 missed tackles. 15. It's crazy. Man. All right, his longs, his 10+ yard runs. Zone read runs, you see the count of type of runs. Zone runs. As you can see, we're primarily zone run team, but we definitely had some gap work in week 3 versus the Broncos pretty much. I think week 3 was the Broncos and a little bit against the Giants. So we mixed it up, but we're primarily zone. You know, we like to push it on the outside. All right. I think SCR is scrambles. Undesigned runs by the quarterbacks. No, none of those. DYDS. What's that? DYDS. Yardage accumulated on designed runs. Yeah. Okay. 15+. Breakaway runs. Man. First downs. Targets in the passing game. Receptions. Yards. What's RSMP? Snaps where running a receiving route. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. He definitely runs a lot of receiving routes. So they use him he's the Swiss Army knife. They use him at everything. At everything. 1 yard per route run, 1.18. All right, so that's the detailed stuff. It's more detailed stuff. As you can see, PFF got everything. The blocking, receiving depth, running direction. Let's look at the running direction. This is interesting. Look at this, man. They got the jet sweeps, everything, man. Look at this. Look at this. Direction. Hold on, let me see. End arounds, jet sweeps. Look at this, man. Left end, left guard. We're heavy on the left side of the football, as you can see. Right tackle, right end. Well, no, it's some balance here, man. It's some balance. But a lot of the yardage is coming off of the left side, as you can see up here. Middle, left guard, left tackle, left end, jet sweep left. What is that again? End around left. He's never done a jet sweep right, but he has an end around right. But it's obvious. A-Chain, they heavy on the left side, or the success comes on the left side. Man. This might be the happiest I ever heard TD talk about a player. Listen, man, he deserved it, right? What is he doing wrong? And the only unfortunate thing is, he's not going to be a great blocker because of his size. He can get stronger, but I think his size is just it is what it is. But you can't control that. You can't control that. I don't think it's because Tua left-handed. I think our strongest runs come off the left side of the football. Because we hand it off on both sides just as much. So that has nothing to do with Tua. I just showed y'all that. Look, on the left side, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 14, 17 attempts. On the other side, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 19, 21 attempts. We actually run the ball more on the right side. So they ain't got nothing to do with no Tua. We got less attempts on the left. We're just more successful running the ball on the left. Big time. But listen, man, PFF got everything, y'all. This is why people don't understand. Oh, PFF this, PFF it. Only when it fits you, when it's going right, people want to rave about PFF. And then when it's not, they want to complain. This is the only outlet that gives you real raw data and give you factors on it. The only source that gives you detailed data like this. Y'all go click in Google right now and put in an A-Chain and try to get this type of data. Where else you gonna find it? And people want to complain about our only source of data. It's the only source. Everything else is raw data, like surface data. This is actually raw data. Everything else is on the surface. This is raw data. And then people wonder why a left guard is getting better ratings and stuff. All of these things factored in. Jermaine said PFF is not always accurate. Based off of their calculation, they are accurate, but they've already told you plus minus 2%. Because some things are subjective. Plus minus 2%. But they got over 650 employees literally watching every single play and every single individual. Over 600 and something employees. When the Dolphins done playing, all right, us three, we got Tua. You take this, you take that, and I'll take this. All right, first let's calculate this. First let's calculate that. All right, every single play, let's fill in every category. All right, that ball was on target. Nope, that ball was 1 foot ahead, so let's put it on the chart. That ball was low. Okay, let's put it on the chart. That ball, every single one. These are employees. Why they like, hey, we got Tua, let's make them look good. Hey, we got Tua, let's make them look bad. They just inputting the data on every play. All right, let's look at this left guard. Obviously, they're doing an outside zone run, and you can see that when you snap the ball. All right, he ran right past his assignment. Now he turning around looking lost. Up, negative marks. And my thing is, there ain't no perfect science, but this is the best you're going to get. TD, I'm showing you love. Appreciate you, Anthony. Salute to you, homie. And people out here raving about passer rating. Passer rating has a heavy yardage factor. And I explained this at the beginning of the show. What kind of rating you want? A quarterback, and this ain't got nothing to do with Tua, even though we know he did it on Sunday, but that ain't what I'm trying to say, but it's an example. I'm supposed to grade the quarterback that throws a negative 2-yard pass and the receiver breaks tackles, outruns people 60 yards down the field. I'm supposed to rate him higher than a quarterback who throws 2 passes, 30 yards and 45 yards. Both of them complete, same yardage, but the one pass for 60 yards, that quarterback gets a higher rating because he did it in less attempts. And the second one did it in tight coverage. Big time throw. I'm just supposed to give the first one a higher pass. And some of y'all don't know that. The first one actually gets a higher passer rating. Higher passer rating. PFF ain't doing that. They got difficulty factors, level of difficulty, weights, all of that in the calculation. That was an accurate negative 2-yard pass. I agree. It was. You're getting credit for it. You're getting credit for the completion. You're getting credit for the yards, but it may be a lower factor. So, yeah. 75 is good on PFF. Yeah, I mean, technically, I think and maybe it's my fault. Maybe I give the wrong perception of PFF. If you're in the 90s, like you're playing elite. I mean, it's off the charts, y'all. So my colors may skew people. I say that's green, right? And if you're playing in the 80s, I kind of think that's like a blue, but that's actually great. That's like 90s, you're like elite of all elites. 80s, you might still be elite, but I kind of put it in the great category. Low 80s, that's where your good is. High 70s, see, do y'all know my quarterback chart, right? Y'all know my quarterback chart. This is how I look at it. The 90s on PFF is off the chart elites, okay? 85 to about 90 is like 85, like really technically like 83 to 90 is like really good. I mean, no, it's great. It's great. Then you got like 79 to 84 around that area. That's good. Then your 72 to 79 is above average. And then when you get to the like 68 to 73 or whatever, somewhere in that area, that's when you're talking about the average, like the just average guys. Like if you're 68 to like 73, that's your average guys in the league. $63 to $68 is below average, and everything under 63 is just, and that's how I look at it, trash, even though there's a few levels, but those levels don't matter to me, trash. So I don't want y'all to think that it's on a grade scale of if you're 90 to 100, no. Can't see chart you're in. I'm not in a chart. I was just explaining it because I don't think I have the chart anymore loaded. I used to have the chart. I'm gonna have to get the chart again, my chart of how I rank quarterbacks and players in general. So I don't want y'all to get mistaken with PFF in that regard. Okay. All right, real quick. One moment here. Y'all give me like 40 seconds. I'm gonna go give something to my wife over in the other room and I'll be right back. Yeah. All right. My bad, y'all. Thanks for the patience. All right, let's go to another player here. All right, Javon Holland. Let's see what Holland is doing. What Holland looking like out here? Oh, this is offense. Let me go to defense. All right, Javon Holland. He had a straight day. It wasn't off the charts. It wasn't great. I think that's in that range. I'll be telling y'all above average. He had an above average day. His run defense wasn't great. His tackling was poor. It was trash. That's probably where he really let's see, he didn't do anything. He had 4 tackles, his least amount in the entire season. But again, remember they only threw the ball 20 times, so that's something to think about as well. He was targeted 3 times, gave up 1 reception for 6 yards. Yards at the catch, long 6. Pass breakup, he had 1. Alignment per snap, he was in the box 23 times. Free safety 43 times. Slot nickel 6 times. And played cornerback 1 time. I'm telling you, man, where else you gonna see this raw data? This is what I be talking about. People always want to take a crap on PFF, but where you gonna get this data? This guy everywhere this man unplayed. Everywhere he played, 100, like literally 23 snaps in the box, 43 snaps at free safety. They had this man in the slot sometimes. 1 play at corner, and that was this week. That's something with Fangio or some specific play must be. They must have rotated coverage and sent the blitz from the outside. So Holland, average day. Let me see. Defensive grades chart. Oh, that's per game. Yeah, we good. All right, so let's move to the next player, Xavier Howard. Please have had a good day, Howard. Please. Because, man, oh, my gosh. Ain't no saving this man. Oh, my God. X was a 55-1. He was trash. Run defense, he was solid. Tackling, he was solid. Obviously, his coverage this year, this man can't cover to save his life. Can't cover to save his life, man. Forced fumble. No, that he got one stop. He was targeted 6 times and gave up 4 receptions. Come on, man. And don't tell me this time they didn't shy away from X, because X got targeted. Daniel Jones only threw the ball 20 times, people. Xavier Howard got targeted 6 out of the 20 times. That's a decent amount. And he gave up 66.7 completion percentage. Mr. X-rated Howard, stop. Chef Jew became a member, man. I appreciate you, homie, as always. Love you, brother. Love you so much, man. I know you're renewing. You always been here with the membership, bro. X is struggling. I'm telling y'all, this year he's struggling. It is what it is. He's giving up 70% of completions. He's been targeted 30 times this year and gave up 21 receptions, 70% of his completions. 7 out of every 10, the receiver catches the ball. That's not good. That's not good. How many times X targeted against New York? I just showed you 6 times and gave up 4 catches. Look at his yards gave up. All right, he's given up 216 yards this season. What is that average out to per game? Let's see. 216, about 43 yards a game. But again, that's the system we're in. It's a zone system. We got 2 safeties deep. Tell me a team that went deep on us. Name the team that went deep on us at a high rate, like threw the ball deep. Our defense, we just don't allow it like that. So saying, oh, but he ain't giving up crazy yardage, that's only because of the system. Our system, you dink and dunk against this system. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, man. Yeah, it is what it is. Buffalo, he had a great game, though, but he was only targeted twice. Yeah, people can't tell me X ain't getting targeted. Look at all these targets. 7 in week 1, 9 in week 2, 6 in week 3. Week 4 only twice because they didn't have to. They picked on the opposite side the whole day. And week 5, 6 targets. He getting targeted. X has never been a good zone defender. Well, I know that. That's why it didn't make sense whenever they brought Fangio in. I said, oh, okay. So X gonna be chilling now. Maybe he can be a Richard Sherman and adjust. And I thought that maybe he could be good in the zone. I just always figured maybe X can be good in zone, but he's a ball hawk. At the end of the day, this system ain't for him. This ain't for him. X had 7 picks with Matt Burke running primary cover 3. Yeah, but that cover 3 was man on the outside. He was always shadowing that man on the outside, going deep. He could ball hawk in cover 3 when you literally on the outside. Time to cut bait with X. It's early, y'all. He did good in the Buffalo game, even though they didn't have to even come at him. So, you just want to see how X performs in the big game. So we'll see each week in the big games. All right, let's see. He was in the box 12 times, never at safety, never in the slot, at corner 60 snaps. Yeah, it's just his role. He stay on the outside. All right, let's move on to the next player. X, man. Andrew Van Ginkel. Andrew Van Ginkel. Another big day for him. Another big day for Gink. 85-9, helping his rating even more. Let's see what he did. He had 1 sack. He had 7 hurries, more than Chubb. He had 1 bat down, had 2 tackles, had 1 assist, had 1 missed tackle. He had 3 stops, 1 target in the passing game. They gave up 1 reception, but for 1 yard only. Yeah. Yeah. D-line, obviously. Yeah, just a huge day. Just a huge day. Nothing to see here, but more of the same. Good play from Andrew Van Ginkel. All right. Let's go to Jerome Baker. Jesus, bad for 3 weeks in a row. Technically 3.5 because that 65 is average, but Jerome Baker, Lord, is this Jerome Baker? Yeah, it is. See, his pass rush was the only thing good this week, and whose pass rush wasn't? I don't want to look at his stats. Y'all see the picture. Done, okay? You see it. It is what it is. Let's move on. It is what it is. Let's move on. I ain't playing these games. I'm gonna sit here and waste my time. But like I told y'all, X and Baker, y'all also got to understand they're the old guys. They're the epitome of the last regime. They're on their way out. Guys like that are pieces of the last regime. Unless you were on a rookie contract with the last regime, you're gone next year. So Xavier Howard, Jerome Baker, it's a wrap. Yeah, let's do long since we're on linebackers just real quick. So sorry to have him skip the line, but that's how you play. That's how you play. And look at his rating starting to come up on the season. He's starting to get it more and more. Look at that run defense, 90.8. David Long, tackling 82. Pass rush, everybody did. Coverage trash, but I mean, how many coverage snaps? He had 37 coverage snaps. He got to be better. See, this is what Fangio told, and this is what I told y'all about when we drafted him before Fangio even spoke on him. I said we got a run stopper, but he ain't great in coverage. But our run stopping should be improved a little bit. But I told y'all this from day one, he's not great in coverage. But we got a guy that plays in the box and he plays fast and well. And now I believe he may be starting to put things together. This is pretty dope. But he still got to be able to do this stuff with the great competition like Buffalo, which he didn't show up for, like the Chargers he didn't show up for. But everything else, he took care of business. But he can't let that just be the trash teams. 6 tackles, 4 assists, 4 stops, probably the most on the team, targeted 4 times, gave up 4 completions. That's why it's coverage grade trash. 4 targets, 4 completions. That's why it's coverage grade trash. And that's why Fangio say what he say. Yeah, David Long, he makes plays, but he's still trying to teach him to be where he need to be. He wouldn't talk about the run game. He would talk about the pass. Dylan said, you were right, TD. I've been told you. Y'all give me 1 second. Homie Richie calling me. Hello. What's up, boss? They good. I'm live right now. Yeah. All right, so quick player, right? All right, so go up the file. Do you see movie record? The very top one, it should be. No, don't record though. Just click on it. Yeah. Now, do you see the red button when it comes up to record? Yeah. Next to it, there's a drop arrow. Yeah, it just says Richie's iPhone camera. Yeah. Whoa. Is your phone hooked up? Yeah. Why would it say your iPhone camera? You may want to disable your camera, or something for sharing. I don't know. That don't make any sense. It should just be your phone. Now, are you plugged in USB? Maybe change the port. Sorry, guys, I'm coming. And you're on QuickTime Player? Yeah, it should, unless you need to do an upgrade or something. Yeah, but that's how you get there. I guess ain't nothing else I can really offer. But that drop down is supposed to show your phone, your iPhone. Then you click on it, it'll share it. Yeah, unfortunately, it's my camera for my phone and not. Now, did you click on movie? Yeah, I'm on movie recording. It's the very top option. Yeah, I'm not sure why yours is doing that. Well, I'll call you back after this to double check on you. All right, bro. Yeah. All right, my bad, guys. Just trying to help Richie out with something. All right. Yeah, I know. I just read that in the comment section. I remember TD made a video about Trey, Tunsil, and Stills. Y'all crucified him. A week later, they traded them both. Yeah. And I ain't make that video because I wanted them to trade him. It's the only thing that made sense. Like, what sense does it make to keep Jerome Baker on this roster next year and Xavier Howard? What sense does it make? It doesn't make no sense. All right, let's move forward. David Long doing his thing, man. All right, Eli Apple. Is that what we talking about? Eli? We talk about Eli Apple? All right, there he is. Eli. He had a better day, but it was the Giants. He ain't playing good this year. I ain't getting into his details. See, I don't like doing that. Wilkins, Christian Wilkins. Let's see what kind of day he had. It had to be a big day. It was the Giants. It was the Giants. There you go. Look at that. The highest one this season. 91-4. 91-4. Look at this. 1 sack, 1 hit, 5 hurries, 2 tackles, 1 missed tackle, 3 stops. Yeah. Highest one this year. But it's the Giants. You think I'm finna pay Christian Wilkins based off of the Giants game? Now, mind you, he's been solid all season, but the money he asking for, I'm supposed to at least unseen by 390s this season. His overall rating should be about 89-ish. But you can't be stat padding with a 91-4, having more snaps than the last few weeks. But good game, headed in the right direction. Hopefully we can keep that going. The Panthers, you should do it. After the Panthers, let's see what you do versus the Eagles. Let's see what you do versus the Chiefs. That's all I care about. What you doing versus them? Let's see. We'll keep an eye on it. All right, let's go to Mostert. Let's go to Mostert. See what Mostert looking like. Raheem Mostert. Well, let's go offense. He ain't no defensive player. All right, Mostert, solid day, above average. Passing game trash. Pass blocking really good. Running excellent. Run blocking trash, but same old. Let me see if he got left side if the left side of the ball is let me see if the left side of the ball is pretty heavy for him too. Let me see rushing direction. Let's see if he dominates left side. All right, so 14, 15, 16, 21, 26. Then you got 19, 29, 31. See, we run the ball more on the right side. But you know what? When you look at it, he's just he runs the same regardless left or right. But here's the thing: A-Chain runs better than him right, but A-Chain just off the chart left. A-Chain running better overall, but A-Chain's just off the chart on left. Yards per carry after attempt, way lower than A-Chain. 58 attempts, 35, 5.4 yards per attempt, but yards, well, YCO. All right, man. I don't need to go deep into his. Waddle. I'm trying to get as much as I can in before I go get the boys from school. All right, Waddle. Let's go offense. Waddle. Same thing, middle of the road, above average. I'd say good. Waddle's good receiver. That's the thing about Waddle. That's what I'm gonna be honest. This is what I don't like about Waddle. I don't like the fact that Waddle's gonna get Tyreek money when it's his time, which is his time is now. After this season, they gotta. I mean, what they gonna do? Pick up the 5th-year option, knowing he's gonna want the long-term deal. They're going to have to pick up the 5th-year option and still give him the long term right then and there to spread it out more. But the reality is Waddle's playing like a good receiver, close to a really good, but he ain't Tyreek. And the crazy thing about it is, I want to show y'all something. I got to go into detail because I want to look at the targets. I want to look at the targets. Dang, where are the targets at? Wide, slot, inline, he's slot. Dang, it's 2:30. I gotta go. Yes. Oh, here come the targets at the front. He was targeted 10 times. I'm on that. I'm coming now anyway. 10 targets. Waddle been targeted 26 times this season. 26. 5 targets a game? 5 targets a game. Let me go to Tyreek Hill. Five freaking targets a game. And look at that. 48 already. Tyreek got almost 5 targets a game, 4.8 or something like that. I mean, 9.8. And this is the issue I have because Waddle. And the crazy thing is he just coasting right now because he going to get the bag anyway. He's coasting, but because he's going to get the bag anyway. 10 targets, 245 yards, 5 games in. I mean, I want y'all to think about this. 5 games in. Now, Well, excuse me. He only played 4 games. That's something to think about too. But still, it's still under what it should be. Waddle's on pace for just 1,000 yards, and that ain't good. Just 1,000. Ain't had a 100-yard game yet. He'll get one, maybe even this week. He'll get a few. Yeah, it's all about Tyreek, man. But this is what you promised him to come here. You promised him money and targets. All right, one last one, and I'm going to get out of here, and then we'll come back and do some film later, okay? We'll come back and do some film later. We're going to do Kohu. He had a better day. Again, against the Giants. Let me see. He's targeted 5 times, but he gave up all 5 passes. So let me tell you why Kader Kohu's ranking is always, pretty high. You see that pass rush, 72? And he plays a lot in the box. Pass rush. They sent him on pressures. He had a hit on the quarterback. He had 5 tackles, 1 assist, 1 missed, 2 stop plays. Now 5 for 5, 33. Let me see yards after. See, this is why. Even though he gave up 5 catches, he only has 16 yak yards, like 3 yards per attempt after the catch that he gives up. So technically, all in all, he's only giving up like 3-yard passes, and the average yak is like 3 yards. So that's helping him out. He's not letting people get like in this last game. He didn't let the big plays happen on him. Slot corner, plays in the box, plays corner 5 times. Yeah. Run defense wasn't as great this time. Tackling wasn't great, but overall, solid day. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There goes your data. We can go over more later. We'll do a few more PFFs later with the O-line and stuff like that, but we got to get into the film. So we're going to watch the film later on today, all right? Thank y'all so much, though, for tuning in to TD Fins Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. I will see y'all later on. Peace. I'm out.